All right. So we got all of your organization, and I always suggest trying to log in. That will decrease the speed of what we're doing here. Next thing is you need to be sure that you understand when someone says that they're interested in finding out more about being a coach or a preferred customer, what do you do next? So if you freeze or you panic or you quickly text your sponsor and you're like, I don't know what to do, then that's a clear sign that you don't have a system. And my philosophy always is a this or that philosophy is, first of all, it doesn't matter how long you've been a coach. Again, I've been a coach for over 13 years. I still never explain to someone what they're going to do as a coach, even if I really think I know what they would do. I've been a fitness professional for over 30 years. So me talking to another fitness professional and really having an understanding of, whoa, what can you do with this? Like you can really blow up. I'm never going to tell them what they will do with it. And the biggest lesson, if you could take out of it, is because someone told me what I was going to do with it. And I said, no way, I will never do that. So think about that. A fitness professional told me as a fitness professional over 14 years ago, hey, you should join coaching because what you could do is sell supplements to the people that take your classes. No, I didn't want to do that. First of all, I get fired. So I thought it was stupid. And I said no to coaching. And 1 year later, when someone else told me about it, someone else that I trusted in business, but they also didn't tell me what I was going to do. They just told me, go watch the presentation. So rule of thumb, go tell people to watch a presentation. Do you want a short presentation or do you want a longer presentation? That's kind of a general rule of thumb. And by the way, the person that told me who to go check it out was actually my boss. My boss told me to go check out coaching, and that's kind of weird, but my boss at that time was Chalene Johnson, fitness celebrity business expert. And she's the one that told me to. Thank God I did, because 3 years later, she sold her company off to Beachbody and I was going to be without a job. So thankfully I did coaching, but here's some ideas of what you can use. And on Thursdays, every first, third, and fifth Thursday, currently through January, we run live presentations for anybody who wants to send anyone to a live presentation. So sometimes having a live appointment will help you with getting someone to actually watch the presentation. And it's easily, you can go sign them up. Just get their email and get their name. Go to platinumpresenters.com, click on this box right here, and then input their information right here. And then they're going to get a reminder email before the presentation. So tonight we've got Holly Hireman. She's a 9-star diamond coach with me, been a coach with me for 13 years. And she is in the Legacy Club, Multimillionaire Club. Obviously, there's no guarantee of success or income in your business. It's up to hard work and skill that you're going to put into it. So let's look at the first things first. We want to make sure that we're cleaned house before we actually start sending people our way. Remember, if you're going to have multiple conversations on Instagram, if you're going to be like, hey, how are you? What do you got going on? And someone gets that message is like, who's this person? And they click on your name and they go to your name and they say, Beachbody coach, I love my Shakeology. Woo, woo, woo. They're going to be like, nope, sorry, girl, I'm out. Remember, get rid of the names. Got to get rid of all the names, get rid of the links. So if in your Instagram or in your Facebook or wherever you're sending people to blatantly says Beachbody or has your URL to your Beachbody page, seriously now, do you really think, let's be real, how often would you do this? Do you really think that if you had your Beachbody URL page there, or your shop, someone's going to click on it and be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea this existed. I'm going to buy all this stuff from this person. No, people don't do that. What people do is they have conversations. You narrow down the best solution to their problem. Then you send them the direct link to what they need to get, correct? Because having your general link there does two things. One, it's like telling someone to go to Amazon and saying, pick out something you like that is going to take forever. And ADD people are gone in 2 seconds. Two, it scares people right off because they see, oh, she's trying to sell me. She doesn't really want to get to know me. She don't care about my dogs. She doesn't care that I have a cute cat. Like she doesn't care. They see that you're going to sell them. So get rid of it right now. If I didn't already give you enough time to do it in the conversation of it all, do it in this next little break. Okay. So get rid of it. And if you don't know what to put in there now, just keep it blank. It's better to have nothing there than your Beachbody stuff there. All right. So we're going to move into our first activity, and a little video here is playing, sharing with you, well, how do I find some of these people? Of who should I just chat it up with? Our goal right now is just to get the wiggles out and to get your chatty conversations going without any intention of recommending something Beachbody. So you don't need to say, hey, I got a challenge group coming, or you should check out coaching because we've got a live presentation tonight. You don't need to say any of those things. All I really want you to do is get in the habit of being human and just talking to people about life. Like, think about those sideline conversations that you might have at your kids' sports. Do they always go to Beachbody or your challenge group? No, unless you force it to, and then it's really icky, and it's definitely very obvious what your intention is. Nobody's going to want to sit next to you next time. So just make sure that you focus on just having, hey, how's the weather conversations, but turn it to be more social media-ish. And over here are some ideas. So who should you do this with? Well, you can go to some of your recent follows. So I'll play this video again so that you can see, well, how do I find who just followed me recently and who I just followed recently. Those are good people to just shoot the shit basically with. Okay, super simple stuff. Recent likes or comments. So go to some of your posts and say, oh, who likes my stuff, who commented my stuff, and we just send them a quick little message. Frequent story watchers and frequent story watchers, frequent stories you watch. So people that you watch, not Beachbody people. Like Shaun T doesn't need to get to know you more. You don't. Okay, here's some things of what you want to say. Keep it light and breezy. Again, super simple. Ask questions about something they recently did or posted. Ask for their input, this or that. And maybe this little clam is going to give you a good idea of CLAM stands for CLAM. Comment on one of their posts, like it, add them as a friend or a contact if they're not already, and then send them a message. That's always a general rule of thumb when you're trying to build a connection in a relationship with someone. And later on, we're going to talk about adding them to a collection, and I'll show you a video on how to do that. So you can comment on one of their posts, like it, and then send them a DM. That's like gonna get their attention. But remember, keep the DM breezy. I'll play the video when we go into our time. So get started with this activity. And I'm not really going to tell you how long you're going to do it for, because I want you to work feverishly, like you don't know when we're going to stop. All right, let's go. Okay, let's move on to next exercise. So let's move on to our next thing we're going to do, should we say? Moving on. All right, so before we actually start really inviting people, again, we need to make sure we have cleaned house, our bio's cleaned up, we got the right plan of action. Now let's make sure we get our language ready first, so that when we do our next activity, which is actually asking people to do stuff with us, we're good to go. Change the frame of your mind to really be focused on why. Why would someone want to do this with me? What is going to be different other than, hey, we got a new workout program. Yes, it's 5 days a week. Or what is going to be the difference? Why would someone want to do your group as opposed to my group? You know, what are some of the selling points that are a benefit? Start thinking about that, write the stuff down, because you're going to need to reference this when you're formulating your messages to people, asking them to be a part of something. So here's some ideas. You know, these are not exactly it, but these may be it. What if in your challenge groups, you send people a daily text for everybody who's doing it? Maybe that could be you, a daily group text of accountability. Or in your group, it's not just you, you have actually a collaboration of coaches all working together, supporting them. Like that's the thing I do with my challenge groups. Or maybe you do every week a weekly meal prep live stream session, whether they want to attend live and prep the meals for the week with you, or they could watch it on the record. Like what sets you apart that is going to be a huge perk and bonus? Now think of this though. What is someone's problem that you're trying to work with? And what do you offer that is a solution for that? Because again, you know, a workout isn't the solution. You know, a meal plan isn't the solution. You know, just being in a group isn't a solution, because how many times have you added people into a group and they don't do anything? On the other flip side, I just added this extra in for job one. What are some of the benefits of job one? Think about your own self. Me personally viewing this workout program compared to some of the others, like 100, what is it? Morning Meltdown, the 100-day one, that one I can never do. I did it for about 2 to 3 weeks, but for me, 100 sounds daunting, no matter that it doesn't have to be consecutive, but that's just too long for my brain to comprehend. That's why I connect with Lift 4, because it's only 4 days a week, 30-minute workouts. Hi, I can do that. That's why I connect with job one, because treat it like it's your job. It's Monday through Friday. I can just do 5 workouts. And if you only have time to do workouts 4 of those days, then one of them double up. So here's some perks and benefits of what that would be. So start thinking about it, write it down. You have a few minutes. All right. So hopefully you just got some ideas, keep them fresh in your mind. Always keep thinking about the person you're talking with and why, what's going on in their life right now that what we're doing is going to help it. What's going on in their life right now with what we're going to do is going to help it. Because again, new products is not what changes people. We know that for sure. So let's get going. And we're going to start to do some invitation. being natural, being human and organic is best. I don't recommend that you do a copy paste of, hey girl, I don't recommend that at all. I do give you some suggestions of what you can say. Remember, that's a suggestion, but change it to be your words. So excuse me, what is happening right now for you? What is your prime thing you're focusing on? So I personally work with a company that actually I have a business mentor that helps me with brand building and business development and marketing. So we just had our call yesterday. And so he says, okay, so what is like top priority? What are you working on? When you're looking at your month, how do you have it scheduled? Like, what is your to-do list? And I said, it pretty much rotates relative to where we are in the weeks. And so for being 2 weeks out for the end of the year, my primary focus always is 2 weeks out is a strong, hard focus first on customers. So this week is a lot on promotion of customers. So my aggressive, if you will, promotion will be towards challenge packs with a secondary approach to the opportunity of being preferred customer and coach. So those are some things to think about. Actually, preferred customer should be with customer option. So that's kind of think about what are you primarily focusing on? We are going to be focusing on inviting people to coaching and also your challenge group, but what do you really need to get going right now? Is it sponsoring because you're trying to move rank? That might be it. Or is it challenge groups because you're trying to really set your group up for the start of the new year? What is it going to be? And these are who you can do. And of course, go to your contact list. Now, here's a big tip for you. Everyone that you invite, add them to a collection if you're using Instagram. If you're not using Instagram and you're over on Facebook, then you need to track it some other way, whether on a notepad or something like that. I'll come back to this slide so you can reference this, but let me show you the video of showing you how do you add people as a collection. Now, let me give you a warning. The person I'm going to show you is one of my best friends. She's a coach of 13 years and she's 15-star diamond already. So you don't need to add her because well, you could add her, you could follow her, but don't try to ask her to become a coach because that would be silly. So here's an example of how to do it. You go to the person's page, you find one of their pictures. So I'll play this again and you tap that banner. And then you're just going to add a collection. I suggest doing monthly so you keep it organized on who you're kind of really talking to and what timeline. And now to find that collection, you go up to this top 3 bars there, and it's going to bring up your saved post. And there you can see your December contacts. So again, just to show you one more time, you go to the person, pick any of their photos, and you hit that flag. And then that would save it to a collection. And if you don't have a collection already created, then you can create one. So let's start and spend some good time on this. Go invite to what's going on. Okay, how did you do? Hopefully you got some good traction there. We're going to move on to our next exercise. All right, so now this is one of my favorite activities. Again, this one's going to be one where you're going to go and follow up with people that you've already started having conversations with, and then they kind of disappeared. They went MIA. You're trying to figure out, oh, are they not interested? Are they avoiding me? What's the deal? And here's a general rule of thumb, and this is one of the best techniques that you can use in everything. First of all, never say to someone, I know you're busy. Stop it, stop it, stop it with that. People say that to me and I hate it. It's a big pet peeve of mine because I'm not busy. I'm busy when I want to be busy. Like right now, I'm busy because I'm busy working right now. But I am not like cat head off. Rah, rah, rah. What is that? What is called? Cat chicken head cut off. Not cat. All of it's horrible. Anyway, I digress. But I'm not crazy busy. And when people say that, it immediately makes you feel like, what? I'm so busy. You think I'm so busy that I don't have time for you? Like that's what it thinks like. So stop telling people, I know you're busy. Don't even say that. Blame yourself. I've been busy. Because it's better when someone says, when you're following up with someone where they may have dropped the ball or they were really busy and they didn't reply back. And you follow back and say, oh my gosh, I've been so crazy, or my email's been messed up, or I've been on vacation, whatever it is. Blame yourself for being away or not responsive. And here's some ideas of messages that you can say to them. Again, don't get caught up in exactly what it says. Just get some idea rolling and be strong with the invite of what's most important that you're working on prioritizing right now. So let's start doing this. Go to all the people that you keep stalking because you think that they are hiding from you. Go to those people. Okay, moving on to our next activity. So hopefully you're using your tracker. So whether you're going to be using a business activities tracker or like that contact list that I shared the link to in the chat, it's one of Beachbody's old contact lists. I prefer it because it's just a full big sheet where you can just keep writing people's names on and when you've talked to them, what you talked about, blah, blah, blah. So that's just kind of an easier one, but really start to keep track and don't leave it up to memory. That was one of my biggest mistakes in the beginning phases of growing my business. Is I just assumed, hey, I'll talk to you and then you'll get back to me. And I didn't keep track of people. And in the course of all that, I lost a lot of my personal close connections to other coaches because I didn't follow up with them. So it is important to keep track on that. So now here's another thing that we're going to work on is the person that came with an objection. I know this might be challenging and you're thinking, why do I want to talk to this person again? Well, first of all, things change in life, right? For every week, every month, life has changed so much that the person a month ago where they're riding high and everything's amazing in their life, all of a sudden has a different challenge that they're working on. So never discount people that came to you with an objection. I don't need to defend myself or I don't need to try to convince them, but these are people that if they came with a, oh, I'm so busy right now, excuse, or I don't have the money right now, excuse, or I don't like to work out right now, excuse, or whatever it is, or I'm waiting for January 1st, excuse. Let's start to go to those people that kind of came forward with some action here. And again, here's some ideas of what you could say. We're going to spend just a few minutes on this. So you probably have some people that are top of mind. You probably can get through sending a message off to about three to four-ish of them. Okay, go. Okay, so hopefully you got at least a couple invites out. Remember, it doesn't always have to be 50. I know that there's some coaches that actually do that they send 50 to 100 invites per week. Personally, for me, that gives me anxiety because I can't handle that. I personally, in my stage in my life right now with my schedule, I personally can't handle managing that amount of communications. You may be able to. Our lives are different, right? You are in a different stage of your life. Maybe you just had a brand new baby and you're like, there's no way in heck I could do that. There's different lives. So never again, compare yourself with what someone else is going to do. So if you just sent a handful, two to three, that's great. Think of it that way, but it's great if you do it again tomorrow, because that is what compounds. So never compare what you're doing with someone else and get down on yourself. As long as you're in forward progress, you are moving forward. So let's now move into our, let me see, where are we at on time? Let's do this. No, not yet. Let me go to an invite one. We're going to go to the invite one. So here's a couple ideas of what you can say. Again, multiple different options depending on what you're primarily focusing on: challenge group, product, building a team, sponsoring, whatever it is. Here's some ideas of what you could say. One is obviously talking to somebody that's been in your fit challenge groups and different other journeys. But where are you going to get these people from? I'm going to suggest strongly that you don't just go to social media to the people you don't know. Let's really work on this session right here to be people that you actually wrote down on your list. So your memory jogger list, these are people that you have some sort of acknowledgement or relationship or real world in real life relationship with. Okay. So let these be people that are on your list. Use that as your priority. And when we're done with this activity, I want you to say in the comments how many people you were able to invite in the time slot that we have. So get ready, get set, go. Okay, so feel free to take a screenshot of this if you want to keep doing this activity and you need more help with that, but we're going to move on to our final activity. This one is going to help you with creating content, but also creating that engagement and increasing your algorithm with Facebook and in Instagram. So we're basically going to be reaching out to the people that we usually talk to, your followers, or people that you see comment or like on your content a bunch. And we're going to ask them, hey, what do you want to see next? Okay, so let me get to it. I think that's the one. Is that the one we're doing? Maybe not. Hold on, let me go back. That might not be it. It's the one with the coach. Here's what I want to say. Yes, it is. Okay, so a couple different options I got here. At the top one is one approach that you could take is just going to your followers and the people who like your stuff. So the people who are interacting with you, I want you to go reach out to them and send them I'm going to be posting this up or that up. What would you prefer to see? So don't ask them, what do you want to see from me next? Nope, nope, nope. Don't make them create content for you. Approach them with two things that you're considering posting and what would they prefer more, something like that. So that's where these examples might help you out. The bottom post is a way for you if you want to just reach out to those people that are constantly supporting yours and you want to invite them to either coaching or your challenge group. Here's another message that you can send off. So pick and choose. Which one are you going to wrap up your power hour with? Let me increase engagement and figure out what is going to be good for content? Or are you going to take that approach to ask people, hey, you should check out coaching, preferred customer, or customer option? And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for being here with me. Hopefully y'all had a good time. I love seeing the repeat people. I appreciate your support in me and I hope that I help you in any way. See you. Bye. You look so cute. Bye, y'all.